You think you know the story. You've seen the movies. The slow-motion walks, the flags waving in the wind, the hero coming home to a parade. It's a nice lie. It helps the public sleep at night. But you aren't the public. You are the one in the water. Being a Navy SEAL isn't about being a superhero. It's about becoming a professional in a world that most people pretend doesn't exist. It's a clinical process of breaking a human being down and rebuilding them into a tool. A tool that is detached, cold, and incredibly efficient. The ocean doesn't care about your medals. The sand doesn't care about your bravery. It just is. And soon you will just be too. This is your life, rank by rank, from the first drop of salt water to the final, haunting silence of the ghost you've become. Level 1, the candidate. You arrive at Coronado with a chest full of air and a head full of dreams. You are what we call a script kiddie of the tactical world. You have the gear, you have the haircut, but you have no idea how any of it actually works. You are using a script someone else wrote for you. Your world is now measured in 6-hour blocks of misery. This is beauty slashes. It isn't a school, it's a filter. You spend your days in the gritty reality of the Pacific Ocean. The water is 55 degrees. Your skin is raw from the sand. Your instructors aren't teachers. They are bugs in your system trying to find the one weak line of code that makes you quit. You realize quickly that most people fail not because they aren't strong, but because they are lazy in their minds. You watch geniuses and star athletes ring the bell because they couldn't handle the boredom of the pain. You learn to turn your brain off. You aren't a person anymore. You are a pair of lungs and a set of muscles. You survive. You get the Trident. You think you've reached the top. You haven't even turned the computer on yet. Level 2, the new frogman. Now you're at a team. You're a new guy. In the hacking world, you'd be the freelancer, taking small jobs, learning the market dynamics of war. You start to see the human error of the world. You go on your first deployment. It's not like the movies. It's long nights of waiting, unwashed clothes, and the smell of diesel fuel. This is where the rationalization begins. You see things that don't make sense. You're told a target is a bad guy, and you don't ask for proof. You have the key to someone's front door and you use it at 3 a.m. You tell yourself, they have insurance, or, the world is safer this way. It's an ethical slippery slope. You stop seeing people as humans and start seeing them as objectives. You're good at it. The adrenaline is a drug and you're a heavy user. You lose touch with your friends back home. You lose the ability to talk about anything other than gear and missions. The isolation feels like freedom because, in the dark, you are the only thing that matters. Level 3, the specialist. You've been in for 6 years. Now you aren't just a shooter. You're a specialist. You've mastered the SQL injection of the physical world. Maybe you're a sniper, obsessed with the ballistics and the cold bore shot. Maybe you're a medic, looking at the human body like a broken piece of hardware that needs to be patched before it crashes. You are obsessed with the mechanics. You don't just shoot, you understand the physics of the bullet. You don't just breach a door, you understand the pressure wave of the explosive. You are a professional. You have street cred. Other men look to you when things go wrong. But the cost is heavy. Your body is a collection of unpatched servers. Your knees are gone. Your back is a map of old injuries. You sleep 4 hours a night. You've traded your youth for a set of skills that are only useful in a graveyard or a war zone. You are an expert in a world that is increasingly becoming air-gapped from reality. Level 4, the chief. You've moved up. You're a chief now. You aren't the one kicking the door anymore, you're the one planning how the door gets kicked. You are part of the organization. You see the SOC, Special Operations Command, from the inside. This is the moral pivot. You realize the illusion of genius. The missions aren't always brilliant plans. Sometimes they are just bureaucratic mistakes that you have to fix with the lives of your men. You see the data. You see that the hospital patients and the collateral damage are just rows in a spreadsheet to the people in Washington. You start to feel like a system administrator for a failing network. You spend your time managing egos, filling out reports, and trying to protect your younger guys from the same machine that chewed you up. You feel a quiet sense of irony. You spent your whole life trying to be the best hacker in the world, only to realize you're just working for the biggest corporation on Earth. Level 5, the ghost, the search for peace. You're out. You've retired. You are a ghost. In the hacking world, you'd be the guy who went white hat, or disappeared into the dark web. You're a legend, but you're a tired one. You look at your reflection and see a stranger. You have the 0 days of your memories, things you can never tell anyone. You see the news and realize the exploits you helped create are now being used by the next generation of script kiddies. The world didn't change, only the names did. The ending is the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. You find yourself fighting against the very world you helped build. You might work as a consultant, or you might just move to a farm where no one knows your name. You realize that knowledge is a double-edged sword. You know exactly how easy it is to break the world, and that knowledge makes it impossible to ever feel truly safe again. You sit on your porch, the salt air still in your lungs, and you realize the clinical noir of your life was never about the missions. It was about the ghosts of the code you wrote in the dark.